You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton, here hanging with you guys. Good morning. Roadshow edition, headed eastbound to Sterling Heights, Michigan, joined by the beautiful wifey for lifey, trademark, copyrighted, patent pending.
It's like Pookie.
Pookie? Yeah, Pookie with
fire
Lamont.
Pookie, but different.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing this morning, babe? Good morning.
Good. I am tired, keeping an eye out for coffee, so if we make a random stop, I'm sorry. I had to get coffee.
Yeah, you're on coffee duty. Liz needs some Tim Hortons or some Starbucks. I am drinking the good old Celsius. Is that what this is?
Are you Jojo Siwa?
Karma's Oh my God, the number one person that pops up my feed on my feed that I don't want to see, just like everybody else. I don't understand, like, her marketing and social media team.
She's just doing whatever she can do to be talked
relevant.
About, so I can't hate on her.
Have you ever wanted to see JoJo? I didn't know who JoJo C was.
She was on like dancing thing or something. I have no idea. I didn't
even know who that girl was until 2 months ago.
I don't care.
But like, she's doing whatever she can to stay relevant and stay
she's making more money than we are, so I'm not gonna
that's a fact.
Be a hater.
Anyway, so what did you just say? So Celsius, she drinks that, promotes that. I think like her and then who's the Paul brother guys? Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul is like a Celsius guy. I don't know. They're okay. I think I went from Uptimes to Alani's, and
you're drinking all the girly like foo-foo. Like,
I just drink whatever you buy, dude. I'm just drinking whatever you're buying. I don't usually drink energy drinks. I'm a coffee girl. Dude, Savannah Jennings literally shot me a DM, and she was like, she copied on my stories, on Instagram. She's like, I literally stopped at the gas station to buy one of these because of your story.
An Alani?
Alani, yeah. She's like, I needed one. She goes, I'm feeling it. I need. She's a caffeine nut like all of us.
So when we were at the Florida house with them, I think she was drinking one, and that's why I came home and bought them. Because I was like, they just look so good. Their packaging is very like
the cherry one's really
cute.
Good. I'm not gonna lie.
I can't have that much caffeine though. It makes me crazy.
Well, that's what I was just gonna say. Like the Uptimes are, I don't know, let's say 100 milligrams. The Alani's are like 200. Celsius is.
These are like 202, but...
well, I don't know. It feels like it's more, 250. Who knows? But it's just a little bit more caffeine, It's, who needs 8 hours of sleep?
Just a little bit more cocaine. Just a little bit more cocaine.
Just a little bit more, man. Keep it going. Anyway, we're headed eastbound on M59.
You sound like a traffic report.
Now back to you. We are doing a product selection for the house, which is really exciting. We're not going to talk about the house today. We're going to talk about some business stuff about shops and team meeting from yesterday and Liz's perspective on a lot of stuff and the growth of the company and just some really honest conversations we've had lately.
This is like the first time that we've sat down together. We're stuck in a car and have gotten to talk without the kids interrupting in a while.
We get a meeting, if that's right. We get a conversation like this once every 3 weeks these days.
It used to be once a week, and then...
Literally. Sundays we would do our board of directors meetings. That was a real thing.
Yeah.
We do our best to we talk 24/7,
We do,
but to like really just say like, hey, what are we trying to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, because usually somebody slaps somebody in the back. The kids that is beat each other.
Dude, they're
hitting is new.
1 and 2, and they're like attacking each other. I knew it would happen, but I didn't expect it like this young.
Yeah, hitting was new. That's the new thing. Screaming and uncontrollableness, the picky eaterness,
chaos.
Just kid stuff. You guys know, I heard terrible twos. Now we're positive people, so we don't call it terrible
terrific twos. And
terrific twos.
And then like, oh, you're gonna have a three-nager soon.
Yeah, have you ever heard that before?
I have, yeah, but I'm on the like mommy blogs and I don't really see you reading them.
I've never heard of a three-nager until Instagram, and I was like,
you can even get that like on T-shirts for them.
Well, we definitely have a three-nager, and she's almost 3 in August. But yeah, like Liz said, usually we'll start talking about something and then something nukes, spills, throws up, smacks, hits, cries, or passes out. And then we're like trying to keep them awake so we don't lose naps. So anyway, we are doing a house selection today. We have to go figure out lighting. And a lot of you guys have been watching the Building It Together second YouTube channel that we have. It's kind of a side project. It's got like 10,000 subs. I'm not trying to like, be a social media guru with that one or anything like that. Or even with Brian's Almeida's for that matter, but here we are. But we have lighting, which is really exciting. That will be, I think, our last product selection.
No, we have paint.
No, paint's, well, yeah, but you already are 80% of the way there.
And apparently we have doorknobs because they didn't write our order down. So we have to go back and do that.
Yeah, that's frustrating. We did our exterior hardware selection, but apparently that never got written down. Shout out to an unnamed person. But anyway, so once lighting's done, appliances should be next week. The paint should be the week or so after. The lighting fixtures go in, concrete for the drive, or at least where our budget gets us. What's that?
The plumbing fixtures, I think, as soon as we get the bathroom paint.
Here, hold it out like 12 inches. There you go. Yeah, because if it's too close, it'll blow out the mic. Plumbing fixtures gets installed.
Like toilets.
Oh, yeah. Plumbing. Well, that, and then, of course, like the actual plumbing fixtures.
Yeah.
So it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Hardwood floor downstairs.
There's been so much happening. We have the brick going in on the
Masons.
mud re-entry.
Oh, my God.
Brian loves it when I call it that.
Oh, yeah, like the brick, it's basically brick flooring.
It's reclaimed brick from the Chicago area.
It's super cool.
It's really cool. It's vintage brick.
Wasn't
they're
very
gonna
expensive.
hate it or love it. People were like, "Don't do it. You're gonna hate having a brick floor. It's so hard to clean."
They're gonna epoxy.
They're gonna epoxy over it. So
hopefully we keep the color and the stain.
Yeah.
And the mortar. But that's going in. Hardwood's going in downstairs. The hardwood flooring and the carpet.
The hardwood floor and the carpet, and the masons are done. Like wrapping up. I don't know, today it's raining by us, so I don't know if they'll be working today, but they have one more day on the exterior. We have a week until the interior stone comes in for the
Eldorado
interior fireplaces.
Yeah, that's like the pocketbook.
We're done.
Yeah.
We're done.
And then 6 to 8 weeks, 10 weeks, we're tops. We're back. We're in the house. Thank Jesus. And living the dream.
I still can't even imagine.
Yeah.
I just want to take a shower where I can reach my arms out.
Yeah. If any of you guys have ever showered in a RV or even a campsite shower,
yeah,
with like the little curtain or like a lifetime locker room shower,
it's so small.
It's probably 9 square feet, 10 square feet. It's
like I can't even. I'm only 5'3" and I can't extend my arms above my head.
I can't even like put my arms out to wrap a towel around me. I have to open the door and turn halfway into the bathroom. Hey, look at that truck right there. That looks just like a truck that we need.
Looks just like a crew truck.
Look at that.
It's got a plow on it.
Is that Suburban? We need to write that down because I don't think I'm going to buy one this fall, probably next spring. But it's funny, like there's starting to be more inventory out there in the marketplace, which is really cool. Where you don't have to always build a truck and wait, 6 months.
Yeah.
Well, cool. That's a little life update. Couple more months, we should be in the house. I literally told Liz, I don't know what we're gonna do with our time, with how much time we should have left, like this same time next year.
I don't know how people like GC their own build because I feel like we are so busy and we're not even
calling people.
Communicate, like we communicate with our contractors about selections and like their opinions and stuff, but like scheduling things and like I don't know how we would physically not be able to do it. Like
there's no way.
Our house wouldn't be built for 3 years. There's no way.
And to be fair, most people do like one thing in life. Like they have a 9 to 5.
I don't understand.
She's got the kids. Like that's it. We do like it never turns off over here because we have so many irons in the fire.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to hustle our way to the top, just like all of you guys. And we're doing the same stuff you guys are doing: mowing grass, doing landscaping, social media stuff, updating the website, getting Google reviews, doing LMN onboarding. It's just so much more. It's just
getting ready for snow.
I'm getting ready for snow. By the way, I hope this audio turns out okay. Sorry for the bumps and the ricketiness.
If you can hear the car seats jiggling in the back.
Like the roads are just Michigan roads, So shout out to Michigan. Shout out to MDOT. Oh, EMS is zipping by.
Does
I like
M59 not believe in coffee?
There's McDonald's if you want it. That's about it. I mean, McDonald's is actually the #1 seller of coffee, I think, in America.
Out of sheer,
volume.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Do you don't want a McCafe? I think Jeremiah's like a McCafe guy. Like he likes, or maybe is it Blake? They like the Starbucks coffee.
I don't think it's Blake. Blake and Natalie like Starbucks.
Yeah, maybe it's Jeremiah that likes the McDonald's coffee. All right, so let's talk about
the shop.
Yeah, I wanted to recap a thought that we were talking about with yesterday with the team meeting, and I dropped a YouTube video about snow pricing and salt, and on YouTube just yesterday on Monday. On the
there's a Lynch and Sons.
Dude, what is with you right now? What? And broadly speaking, what has gotten into you? Like, folks, there's like 3 funeral homes in downtown Brighton where we live. And Liz goes, we need to go check that place out. And I said, come again? And she goes, we need to take this serious. We need to take this serious, and we need to go find a spot.
Because we have like a home now. This is where we're going to live. This is where we're going to put down roots. And if we die, this is where, if we are going to die someday.
We need to go visit there.
We need to get this straightened out. Like, I don't want to leave our kids with a mess. Like, I understand we're young-ish, but...
We need to go visit there is the most wild statement I've ever heard.
Because I'm like, this is where we're going to live. Like, I've never had a place where I'm like, okay, this is where we're going to live now for a very long time. And
this is so...
I feel like that's what you do. Like, this is where we could be buried one day.
Liz, I'm not going to lie. This is
an exciting
wild... This is the most wild conversation I've ever had with you in any recent memory. Like, we need to go check that place out. That looks fun. Like, we're getting a pool membership.
Well, there's one that's nicer than the other. And I'm like, oh, that one looks like it's like a fancy...
I told Liz, I go, when you're dead, you won't care. I said, and when you're dead, they say half of the people won't show up if it rains.
I'm not worried about people showing up. I want a place that my kids will be comfortable, like mourning.
Seeing mom, they don't care. They want the bag. They want the inheritance. They want the hizzy. They don't care. They don't care, bro. And Liz goes, we need to check that place out. I really prefer that one over this one. She's like shopping, like we're like, it's like picking to go to, Walmart versus Target for funeral homes.
I've never been afraid of something like dying. The only thing I'm afraid now as a mom is like that my kids will have to go through that without me. That's like a whole thing for me. But I've never been like death has never been like a scary thing for me.
No, I mean you're never dead and gone until people stop saying your name. And hopefully our life and our content will live on forever.
Bye, Duncan.
Do you want Duncan?
No, it's okay.
America runs on Duncan. If we don't go and support Duncan, I will probably lose a third of the podcast from my New Englanders. Which Duncan
with the butter pecan. I don't love sweet coffee, but something about the Duncan with like the butter pecan.
Yeah.
Like, that's good.
Duncan has great Munchkin donuts.
Not as good as Tim Hortons.
No, that's not right. That's not true. Tim Hortons has better coffee.
Tim Hortons is elite on all levels.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Okay, so let's talk about the shop.
Yes.
Really just like the company progress in general. So I was explaining to Liz like what our team meeting was about yesterday in the morning with the guys, and basically the whole conversation was we are trying to grow revenue, grow profit. We want to manage costs. We want to make more money. Let's just be frank. And the guys want to make more money, like raises and bonuses and profit sharing. Like how do we get there? Mm-hmm. And if you guys didn't watch the YouTube video, it was just a really fun 18-minute video talking about salt. And for any of you guys in the Midwest, New England states, Canada, for sure, you would totally dig the whole conversation. And basically to zoom out just one level, like we've never done salting in-house in self-perform. We've always subbed it out to my friend Mike Bedell. And that's been fine. That's been great. It's been beyond fine, beyond great. It's been a huge blessing. I'm very, very grateful. What?
Tim Hortons.
Where?
Ahead.
Oh, yeah, right there you go. So we might have a commercial break here in a quick second. We've always had Bedell take care of all of our salting because, folks, life is just busy. Like, just context. We're having kids, building a home, trying to save money, trying to actively grow social media following, like trying to get the message out, build Entrepreneur Academy, have live events in the fall, winter. We were doing some hype house things just to try to like collab and just have fun, just see what's out there, see how we can get the message out to more people. And winters, they call it the off season. Nothing's off ever for us. From business to social.
Like the biggest thing that we get with Together in the Trades is our dates. And they're like, it's such a busy time of year. You know, you're right smack dab in the middle of the season. I'm like, when is it not the season? It literally is a season all year round. There is not a season.
and Corey Ballard talks about, for Perfect Cup, most of their strategic planning sessions are all in the fall, winter for the upcoming March, April, May. Like they plan the summer business in the winter and the winter business in the summer. And we're quickly realizing that's true for us. And I think that's just it. And it's not like, wow, newfound land here. It's just like, wow, like, duh, as we grow, this is the stuff that you have to do to keep the machine moving. And if you're an owner-operator and all that mess, you're just like, hey, it's not a big deal. We can do this. We can do that. I can pivot. We have 4 or 5 guys or 40, 50 guys. Like, you have to orchestrate. Things take strategic planning, like meetings and bureaucracy, you know, and layers of management. It's just, it is what it is. And so now that we have a growing company, we've gotten, I would say rid of, but how do you get into this place? I gotta make a right here.
Don't.
Yeah, let's do this really quick.
No.
They're letting us over. Okay, nice people. Shout out to Michigan drivers. Thank you. now that we have more mouths to feed, more guys, more team, bigger overhead, bigger expense, we're evaluating bringing salting in-house. Because if we want to grow revenue and grow profit, that's arguably...
No.
Jesus, does every woman do that? What is wrong with you? There's a car backing up. He's not crashing into you. Liz puts her foot on the dash. Dude, you need psychology help.
I probably do.
You need to see a person in a white coat.
I need something.
Or sit on a comfortable couch.
Give me a Klonopin and a nap, please.
Liz puts her foot on the dash like it's going to stop her better. If anything, you would shatter your whole thigh.
I don't put my foot on the dash. What are you talking about?
Your
I'm
ankle,
uncrossing my legs in case we have an impact so that I don't kill my
Nobody's killing
hips.
it. Let me ask you this. In the 10 years we've had, every guy right now listening wants to know. In the 10 years we've been together, the 100,000 miles we put on cars, have you ever gotten in an accident or have you put your foot on the dash where that has helped the situation?
We got rear-ended once when I was pregnant.
And you didn't have your foot on the dash. If you did, you probably would have blew out your
Well, we were going
hip.
like 10 miles an hour, so not really.
Well, we were stopped, actually. He went 10 miles an hour into our rear. But has that ever helped you in any traffic situation?
I've saved us a few times. There's been a few times, once or twice, when like
clock,
you didn't...
Listen, okay.
No, because those are the times that I cling to and say, you
clock.
need my advice on driving.
Bro,
do I want to drive myself? No.
Dude,
do I want to advise you while you drive? Yes.
There's 3 seats back there where you can go if you want to start telling me how to drive.
There was a while that I sat in the back with Emmy, and it was the most peaceful time in the car.
You're just here for a good time. Listen, putting your foot on the dash and screaming, "Oh my God!" while there's a half a mile between us and the brake lights.
I didn't even say, "Oh my God!" I did not. I just go.
Any single male on the planet since the history of the Model T. Do you think women have been doing this since 1914? Watch out! There's a horse.
Yes.
There's a horse and buggy. Watch, there's a candle, like a brake light. There's a candle brake light. Some guy with a torch. Stop! There's traffic. There's a jam on Grand River. No, there's not. By the way, look at these golf carts. We need a golf cart for the property.
We don't need a golf cart. We need a General.
Yeah, I want to get a General. No, we want to get a Ranger. Dude, a Ranger's 20 grand, a General's 30 grand. Just kill me now.
Those cost more than my first car.
All right, listen, we're going to take a quick commercial break, talk about salt. We got to put in our order for Tim Hortons. Mr. Producer, let's hear from today's show sponsors. We'll come right on back.
Attention lawn care pros. You're invited to the biggest event of the year, Lawntrepreneur Academy Live 2024. November 2nd in Novi, Michigan. Whether you're just starting or scaling up, this is the place to be. Join us for an action-packed day with expert sessions on cash flow management, business automation, client retention, marketing, and more. We've lined up an incredible roster of speakers to help you elevate your business, including Sam Rankin,
Pat Murray,
Ken Deemer,
Brian Fullerton,
Sam Gimbel,
Mark Bradley,
and Jeff Joyner. You'll network with like-minded pros, enjoy exciting giveaways, and get ready to take your business to new heights. Don't miss our Friday night mixer for some fun and camaraderie before we get down to business. And of course, that's not all. Extend your learning with our exclusive Sunday masterclass sessions on November 3rd. Limited to just 20 seats each, these in-depth 3-hour sessions feature Jeff Joyner,
Mark Bradley,
and Sam Gimbel. This is your chance to get personalized insights and strategies from the best in the business. Details on attending the masterclass sessions are available at LawEntrepreneurAcademy.com. There is an additional charge for these classes, and they will sell out fast. Tickets for the main event on Saturday are $249 until September 17th, then $297. Visit LawEntrepreneurAcademy.com to grab yours now and look into securing your spot for the masterclass sessions on Sunday. I'm telling you, don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to level up and connect with industry leaders. See you in Novi this November. There's a special link in the show description.
Thank you to our sponsors, Xmark, Boss, Short Track, and LMN.
Entrepreneur Academy Live 2024.
Medium coffee with cream.
And
What's that?
Do you want one cream?
like 3.
Like 2 or 3.
2 creams?
Yep. And then a Boston donut.
Boston cream?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then another coffee, 3 cream, 4 sugar.
Medium?
Yeah. And 10 honey dipped Timbits, please.
And take a honey dip?
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
All right, come on out.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, well, we're back. Shout out to Tim Hortons. We're getting our food here in just a quick second. Dude, I love Tim Hortons coffee. I don't drink coffee. Their coffee is the bomb. Anybody who comes up to Michigan for LAL always gets Tim Hortons coffee.
There's Tim Hortons, I guess, by the Jennings now, isn't there?
Oh, I don't know
Wasn't
about
there?
that.
Didn't they find one by them?
Maybe.
Like they're going south
I know.
now?
I literally know, like,
It used to just be like a Canadian
the Naaman
thing.
The Jennings, everybody's B&B, like, they all stopped at Tim Hortons. There's one literally a half mile
Freaking
down
loved. My mouth is salad.
from the conference center. Yeah, dude, it's I mean, shout out to Timmy Hose, we call it. Some people call it just Timmy's. In Canada, they call it Timmy's. We always call it Timmy Hose.
Timmy Hose.
But apparently that's like, in Canada, that's like cringe. They're like, Timmy Hose. They're like, it's Timmy's. But I don't know, like, we're not in Canada.
Timmy, I gotta go get some Timmy's coffee. Sounds a little gay. Can I say that? Probably not.
I don't care. It's unfiltered. There's like nobody listening at this point anyway, so changed my mind. Listen, look at that thing. It's got a freaking plow on it, dude. A golf cart
Why
with
is
a
there
plow? No way. No way.
Oh, he's going off-roading.
What? Look at that one with the big wheels over there, like the lift. See the one on the end? Liz, look. Dang it. What? Does your wife ever not do that too, guys? When you say, look, and they go, it's like a cow just slowly moving.
Did you just call me a cow?
Turning the head. Yeah, probably bad analogy. It's like a giraffe.
Probably not the good thing
You
to
have
say.
you have the reflex.
Retard.
You have the reflex of whatever doesn't reflex. Like
My reflexes are great. I just don't care about what you're telling me to look at. I already know.
steel rebar bends and moves faster than you. What did I say? Look. I have no
I
analogy.
don't
for
care.
that. But look
It's
at that
not
one-
going anywhere.
Look at that one on the end though, with the big tires and the big rear seats. That's like I think that's still a 4-seater. Hey, so anyway,
Anyways.
really quick, Launchpreneur Academy tickets, smoking on Tim Hortons coffee, selling really, really well. I think we broke 100 tickets already.
Dang.
Yeah, because yesterday's podcast, Monday, talked about Equip and LAL, and a lot of people scooped up their ticket that day. Just a friendly reminder, if you guys haven't, please do. We'd love to get to, 350, 400 people up at that event again. Just pack it out. It's going to be awesome. So if you haven't got your ticket, launchpreneuracademy.com. It's our live conference we have this year, November 2nd. Unfortunately, we did move the date. We brought it up 2 weeks early. A couple people, unfortunately, that date does not work for them. I do apologize. One guy that's been there for 4 or 5 years in a row, Eddie, and he's not able to make it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he has a kid. Oh, it was like a kid's sporting event or something that's huge that he can't miss. And I'm like, dude, that sucks. I'm sorry. Like, family, but he said family first. And I said, dude,
Yep.
family first. But
Man,
also,
that stinks.
yeah, so I do apologize if some of you guys always have it locked in on your calendar. The problem was the shows that are there are getting big, and they are big,
Mhm.
and we're a big show.
They wanted to push us to like the week of Thanksgiving, and it was easy. It was made more sense for us
To pull it forward.
to pull it forward than
can't
to be on
do-
Thanksgiving. I'm not traveling.
The
or-
later in November, it's
Yeah.
snow and leaves. We can't.
Well, like we just talked about, there's never a good time.
Yeah, last year it's. I don't know if it was last year, but the year before, it's. There was a dusting to an inch of snow that went down, and about 4 years ago, we had like 9 inches of snow the day after.
Yeah.
Like mid to late November, it could snow. So the sooner we bring it up, the better. There's, I don't say 0 chance, but 5% chance it'll ever snow the weekend of October, Halloween, end of October.
Oh, now it's going to.
Yeah, right, exactly. Knock on wood. So anyway, get your LAL tickets. So I want to talk about the shop though. So we were talking about bringing salt in-house. We can make some more money doing that, save some more money. We've got a team. It's not like I want to get more hours out of the guys. I do keep my guys on hour salary through the winter. They make a bag. They only go out every 10 days, whatever it is, and it's for plowing snow, right? One quick second, guys. You can talk, Liz.
Yeah, I think people have always asked us why we haven't done salt in the past. And part of it was labor, like it would just be Brian out there. And then part of it was like not really knowing how to do that. So I'm excited to see what it looks like this year for us. Brian actually has lunch with Clippers, what's his name? Matt?
Yep,
Matt. This afternoon to kind of just talk about what it looks like in his business and talk through what it might look like with ours. So I'm excited to hear how that lunch goes. And the guys are excited.
Thank you.
I was really surprised at how excited the guys are to go salt and to take on something new. You know, everybody wants to make more money, and if they want to make more money, they have to have a new skill set. And
Well, that was exactly it. I'm like, we have to, everybody wants more money, more raises, more profit, more everything. And I'm like, hey, there's 30 to 50 grand that we could easily bring right in house. Cut the wrapper. I got you. 30 to 50
you.
grand that we could bring right in house easily. It could be more. It could be 100 grand. I don't know. And I don't know is not a good thing to ever say in business. So here's what I do know. My older brother, I enlisted his help. I'm paying him to put together a salting matrix based on how much salt we've used. And so he's got my email. He's going through every invoice that we've ever had with my friend Mike Bedell, plus our own logs of any salt that, I mean, not that we put any salt on, but really our ice melt for our bagging salt that we're using for walkway. So he's building me what we've used per site, per event, per site, per year, and then a total sites, total salt that we put down for the year matrix. So I know how many times did we go out, how much is the average, how much have we used, how much have we used per year, how much have we used as a company per year. So in 2018 or 2017, the first year we had like 2 commercial sites. And we might have used, I don't know, let's just say 20 tons of salt. Who knows? Who cares? The second year we had 3 commercial sites. We used 40 tons. Then the year after that, we had 8 commercial sites that got salt at least. And, let's say we had a heavier winter or an average winter and we used 60 tons of salt. You know what I mean? And then the year after that, we grew, we had more salt, more sites, but it was a depressed winter. So we only used 50 tons of or 50 tons of salt. But at least we know averages of per application, per event, how many times we went out, get some averages, and I just need data, right? And so this is a very like calculated investment that we're trying to make here, and I think you should with any portion of business that you try to get into, whether it's a skid steer or a forestry mulcher or a tractor or bush hogging or of course hardscaping, landscaping, brick pavers, or adopting a CRM. You have to do your due diligence. You have to work. You have to sharpen the pencil. And admittedly, like we haven't had to do too much of that with too many areas of our business of late because not that things are on autopilot, but we just haven't really done anything super new, I'd say, in the last couple of years.
That's the thing is like, I think salt is really taking us out of not a slump, but like maybe a comfort zone.
Yeah.
And it's exciting. Like I think snow is exciting again for the guys.
Well, no. Well, look at that. That guy's chainsawing over power lines, dude. Holy shoot.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa. Dude, no way. That guy is felling a tree over a power line and it hit the power line. And that's a 30-inch. Wow.
Well,
dude,
I don't really see any PPE either.
No PPE. No names on any of the trucks. It's a chipper and a box truck. Dude, that's
welcome to
what?
I said welcome to Pontiac.
That's Pontiac, bro. That's sketch. Yeah. If you live in Pontiac, don't take it personal. But dang, dude, that's a sketch outfit. That's chucking a truck right there, bro. Holy cow. No helmets, no radios.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Not
dude.
even
No chaps. Wow. Dude, he hit that power line.
Yeah, I saw it.
I've never seen a power line wave and sag like that unless it's in a storm. Anyway, so yeah, so this podcast is literally all over the place. The problem with roadshow is that we're distractible.
Us?
We're distractible human beings. I said once, I think in stories last week, I'm like, it's just the tism kicking in. I had like a half dozen people like laugh. They're like, dude, that's so true. Like, would you say like we're all got a little case of the tism?
It's a spectrum.
It's a spectrum. Yeah. I think everybody listening in on this thing, if you're listening to me, you're all we're on this together. So it's really funny. So salting is like, I don't know how to bring that back, but salting for us, that's just per 100 ton. If we buy it for $100 a yard, we put it down for $260 a ton, we make 160 on 100 tons of 16 grand profit. If I buy 2 salters this year, 15,000 in profit, and outside of material costs too, for the sites. So like there's no lose, and that's per 100 ton. If we do 200, 300 tons of salt, who knows? There's $48,000 of quote unquote profit. And if we run a 40-50% on salt, sure, that's 15, 20, 30 grand profit. If the true net profit's 10%, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 grand of true company profit left over. And that it's all good. It's all moving in the right direction.
Yeah. Other than like the wear on the trucks, I don't really see a negative necessarily. And like obviously having the guys out is a risk in the winter too. Like there's just some added risk with having guys on the winter. Yeah. Out in the winter when
and we're not like
put salt down. But
yeah, and we're not gonna just do it all on our own. I mean, Bedell can still salt a couple of the sites that are more close to him that we sub out anyway. Mm-hmm. But for the lion's share, if we pick up 1 or 2 salters, this is just stuff that we're evaluating that we can bring this all in house. And so that turned into a great conversation with the guys, a lot of great feedback, no real pushback, which was nice. A couple concerns, like logistics or who's doing what or how we're rotating or who's going out or, but the thing is, I don't want to ask more out of the guys without paying more. But I told them at the same point, last year we had 23 supposedly inches of snow. I don't even believe that. And I'm like, we went out once every freaking 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't think our guys would argue with you that
they got it easy.
They had it super easy last winter
for sure.
As an employer, you want to make sure you're always being fair. And if we're asking them to do extra tasks or something or work more hours, obviously they need to be compensated. But the thing is, they didn't even give us their 40. So
there's not a single week where anybody got 40.
No.
Nobody got 10.
No.
Or, other than one salt run or one plow run.
Yeah.
So maybe I got 10. And again, that's a good deal for them. That's a good deal for us. We covered our bills. We covered payroll. I wouldn't say we really made a lot of profit or moved the needle forward because it was just such a depressed winter. We grew with adding 4 or 5 more sites last year, but because the winter was cut in half, we were flat. Right. Now, if we would have grew like we did, and we plan to again this year, and it snows, has even just a regular snow season.
Just a regular snow season.
We would have made another 50 to 100 grand. No doubt about it. So nothing that you can really do just with regards to that. I mean, you can mitigate, have better contracts, have some clauses in there, have some snow insurance. This is all stuff that we're looking at learning. That's why I'm getting lunch with a half dozen of my friends and peers and mentors locally that I can pick their brain on and say, hey, how can I do this? How can I do it right in general? So that's just where we're at as a company. That's where we're at as our house build. That's where we're at as a company. Talking about the shop, I told Liz, I was explaining to Liz, it's a whole nother conversation, but just economies of scale for a shop. Right now, the guys and I, we're looking to the next 2, 3, 4 years, and we're like, well, let's get a pole barn shop. Let's find 2, 4, 5 acres. Let's, can I afford a Hidden Creek, setup? No. Can we get to $1 million, $2 million, $3 million and have a cool little office and a barn, pole barn shop, and 2, 3 bays, maybe a part-time mechanic kind of a guy, and 10, 20 employees and 4 or 5 crews. Yeah. That's where we want to get to really quickly. And so, the conversation Liz and I have had a lot lately, Liz, is real estate. There is none.
There is none. And whether it's residential or commercial, everybody just seems to be screwed right now.
Yeah.
And as far as where our business is located and what's available, there is nothing. And then even in the general area by us where there is stuff, the regulations of all of our trucks and stuff would have to be under roof, which is
parked inside.
Insane to me.
It's just so stupid.
I mean, we don't need it tomorrow. So, but knowing where we're wanting to go and trying to get there, keeping our eyes open and just having the conversations now has been fun.
Yeah. And spinning the dreams for the guys. Yeah, it's been fun and depressing. Because Liz said, locally, some of the ordinances, you have to park all your vehicles inside the building in one city. And the other city where we are, there's just nothing available.
There's just nothing.
And if it is, it's
$1 million.
Yeah, it's 50 years old or $2 million for something. And you're like, oh, okay, bro. And that could work if you have a Wayfair, Amazon, distribution center out there and it's just economies of scale. But for a local landscape company, asphalt business, local family plumber business, that, dude, there's no way. There's just no way. There's where there's a will, there's a way. So I don't want to say no way, but it's just I'm learning this stuff. I got to pick a lot of people's brains and questions. It's just it's exciting, but it's also
frustrating.
It's hard to not be disheartened too. You're well, we're excited about growth and we want to go to the next level. And can you imagine if we had a salt bunker and a loader, and then also you're cool, we have nothing available around us. And unless you're grandfathered in, or you got $2 million freaking cash, or you don't mind paying out the nose and there goes your profit, what do you got access to? And so it's but basically I said guys, this is, if we bring salt in house and we can bring another 30 to 50 revenue per 100 tons, we start doing a couple 100 tons, this is going to unlock a lot of doors for us, including the shop. And really, I guess this whole macro conversation is taking the sting out of winter, making money with winter, but making good money and progress. Mm-hmm. And I really showed this little clip on the YouTube video, guys, if you didn't see it, was like normally you just bottom out. It looks like a hump in the spring, a smaller hump in the fall, and then usually the floor falls out like a V straight down for 4 months for a lot of people in our industry for the fall winter. And we were there. I mean, literally our company turned off. We did some plowing at the snow blowers even back in the day, and made some money. But I had a warehouse job making $12 an hour at a medical supply company. True story. Just like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Gosh, that's crazy. Yeah.
It's crazy. Some people think it was a decade ago, and we're like rich. And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Remember, we used to make 12. I would text you and say, hey, do you mind if I stick around for an extra hour or two and get overtime?
Yeah.
Like, we needed that.
Yeah.
And we've never like outgrown or are too big for our britches to like scrutinize every dollar in, every dollar out. Like, you have to. And it was just one of those things where before, like, there's just this huge floor that fell out, and then we got started with plowing, and like it really brought that back to flat. Then if you had a good winter, it was like flat or a good little hump, but you'd make some money and have some profit and go in the spring maybe buying a new piece of equipment, you're like, and a marketing campaign, you're like, hey, I got 5, 10, 20 grand to go burn into the spring. Like, that's a rare
even
conversation.
just make payroll in the spring. I remember going into spring and actually having like money in the bank to pad stats and with payroll and like keeping the guys going because spring, the spring rush is real.
It's a unicorn.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was insane. Like, I was like, okay, we didn't have to like hold our breath through May. Do you know what I mean? And then also something too, I think you can't really measure necessarily, but is keeping the momentum with our guys.
Yeah.
Because having them sit around in the winter, it's very easy to get used to that. And then they become, not our guys necessarily, but I could see how you become resentful. Now I'm working, 10-hour days all of a sudden in the spring when I just got used to sitting on my butt all winter.
Yeah.
So keeping the guys moving, keeping the rust out, like never having to like
and we're not looking for 40 hours out of anybody. But
no,
10,
but
20,
I am looking for
great.
what I'm paying to like have some return on investment.
And this will be our first real winter, because last year we had the barn shell, but it didn't have any concrete. I don't think until mid to late January, February, whatever it was. We had like a really good warm snap for 2 weeks. But now we can wrench on equipment. We've got the workbench. The man cave area was almost done.
Yep.
There'll be a workout loft if you guys want to come over, work out while they're getting some hours in. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
We have stuff where people can work on and paint, sharpen blades, equipment. Like, we have the ability to just really get a to-do list through winter and get ahead of ourselves. So we go into spring totally comped, totally prepared, totally prepped, like never before.
Right.
And so that's why I'm throwing so much money into our pole barn, because frankly, I was telling Liz, like, I don't know what else to do for a shop or building for the next couple of years until we become a $2-3 million company.
Well, and that's what that brought on this whole podcast. This is what we were talking about was like, it's not just the shop. It's the shop you buy, and then you have to pay for somebody to clean it. You have to pay for a receptionist, to sit at a desk. Like,
property taxes. So then eventually you have 2 crews out there just paying cost and overhead on your building. Right. And then that's where there's the mad dash economies of scale, right? If you have 2 crews working out of a facility or 22 crews, obviously 22 with the economies of scale, you're going to be exceedingly more profitable. Then you get a salt bunker, and you buy salt at $40 a yard instead of $100 a yard at Site 1. And you start bringing all this crap in-house. And you can start having your own nursery and landscaping yard where you have all your plants and trees and shrubs. And then you have your own mafia block walled, mulch bunkers, if you will, where you can bring all your mulch. And you're buying mulch for $18 a yard instead of at Site 1 for $35, which still isn't a horrible price. But that's just like where Troy Clogg prints money, bro. Right. And that's why, like, the sooner you get there, it almost seems like the sooner you actually start making money. And that's why so many folks between $500,000 to, $1.5 million, $2 million business just kind of call it no man's land. It's just like the dead zone for some people. I'm not saying you can't make 100, 200 grand, but a lot of that goes back into reinvestment. A lot of that goes back into overhead, and it's not as glorious or sexy as a lot of people
make it out
to be. Like, I've asked pointedly to a lot of people in the middle, and like, dude, I made more money being owner operator. And so I told Liz, I'm like, once the house is done, we have to punch through. We have to get, just based on what I understand. I'm not saying you can't have a $3 million business and make 300 grand a year true net profit and have a 60 grand a year owner's salary. Like, I'm not saying you can't do that, but like, that's, unless you want to stay there forever, like, that's a good sized business. But if you want to grow and grow past that to 2, 5, 10 million, you have to pour it
You
all back in.
have to get the gas. Like
You have to hit the gas pedal. And it's just so it's I don't know. A lot of you guys probably know this. I'm just trying to I don't know if this is helpful for you guys. It's a little bit of a therapy session, brain dump, I guess, on you guys this Wednesday. But
something.
yeah, but I'm just trying to tell you, like, we've been so preoccupied in a good way, distracted building the house.
I
which has been
love
our
the
dream.
house. I love the house so much. It was our dream for 10 years. But I'm ready to be done and like on to the next thing. Like it's taken
Totally.
so long, and everybody tells you this when you go to build a house, that it's like, you know, take what you think it's going to take and then add some with money and time.
25%,
And it is so true.
at least.
But we are going on like 14, 15 months.
Well, it's 25% over budget. It's 25% over budget on time.
Yep. And I'm just, I want to,
Shocker, just like everybody said.
I guess if you're working a 9 to 5, your time issue isn't as big of an issue, but like my focus, like I just want to put it back into the business. I'm
I should
ready
be
to
bidding
like,
sites right now.
that's
bro.
our thing. And
I'm
we're
going to
so
stupid
hard
lighting
on
selection.
ourselves.
This
Is
so-
like,
yeah.
we,
And I'm excited about it, but
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. Like, lighting is cool, but I don't give a crap about lighting.
I do, but I don't.
You know, like, yeah. Do you guys get it? Like, so if you guys ever are going to build a house, just know it's going to suck the soul out of you for a year.
at least a custom house. Maybe it's not so bad if like
Well, yeah, like, so I
you have
saw
limited selections.
so another guy was like, yeah, I built a house. I'm like, cool. Like, he's like, yeah, nice subdivision home.
Not the same.
I'm like,
it's
dude, that's not the same.
I'm sorry.
I
it's
said,
not the
love you, bro, but like, picking out 3 different upgrades in your kitchen, 3 upgrades in your bathroom, and
It's not
3
the same.
different elevation exteriors, it's not the same. And I'm not saying like pay grade wise. I'm just saying like
options. There's
options
so many
and
options.
mental focus wise.
Yeah.
And anybody who wants to build a custom home, I hope you do. You'll love it. We'll be there for you. We'll pray for you. We'll be there for
think-
Shark Tank loans if you need it.
The only thing
I'm just
that
kidding.
would be harder than building a custom home is probably doing a renovation, because you just don't know what you're expecting. Like you don't
Well,
know
yeah.
until you start tearing stuff up,
Yeah.
and then you're like in it because you're living in it probably.
Yeah. And again, like super thankful, super blessed. I don't want to ever sound ungrateful.
No, like I said, I'm so grateful. I
But
love
we
our
just want to
home.
grow our companies.
I just want to be in the house and be done. Like
Yeah. We just want
I
to grow
just
our
want to be done.
We just want to grow our company. The guys are hungry for growth. I'm hungry for growth. We should land the plane building the home the same time as we get ready for fall, winter. And I'm really ready to shift gears and put our next round of focus and blow up winter like
Yeah.
we've never, like literally like we've never had.
I feel like our guys are entering a new phase of life too. Like they're getting older. Like Rob cut his hair.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah.
He
I mean,
looks
I know
like
it
a
sounds
man.
weird, but
Like he's not like a little boy. He's
Rob
like
had
a
to grow up.
man now.
Mark shaved his off in the spring though. Same thing.
I
Like,
don't. Yeah.
they're ready for,
They're
you
like.
know,
I think they're looking for wives. Like.
maybe, who knows? But if they want wives and houses and kids, that stuff costs money, and they make enough to be able to do that. I mean, they are.
Yeah.
We take care of our guys,
Yeah.
but like,
But they're ready for more responsibility too in our company.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to provide that.
That's exactly it. They're already. We got 3 guys prepped to be foremen next year. We should have 3 crews going out next year. Probably a team of 10 when you have all the folks that we need to add. So we're excited about putting our money where our mouth is with growth. Again, this was the year for us to lay the foundation to get ready. Right, one of
We're
those deals.
cultivating. Like just like when you plant a garden, you spend a lot of time on your soil. Like
Gotta cultivate,
we've done that.
plan and prep.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful and thankful. And by the way, revenue should be up year over year on this year again, like it was last year. We're on track. We're on pace. We're still doing the same stuff. So I'm excited about growth. Like we can grow no matter what. Growing despite having a kid. Growing despite having building a home. So there's no excuses. We don't want to just say, oh, like we're gonna just.
Yeah, we didn't hit pause.
We didn't hit pause. And
I wish we could have hit pause a couple times.
F that, dude. No way.
Just mentally, if I could just have a little bit
Yeah, don't get me
mental
wrong.
vacation.
I think if you and I just had a solid day of napping,
Yeah.
like that would be all we need. We just need a
Life-changing.
nap, you know, for like one nap puts me back on pace for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? For real. I don't know if any of you guys can relate with kids. Like if I can just have a 3-hour nap, I would recharge the whole bank account, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
on your energy level, and you're back at it. So if you guys are young, build a $10 million company before you're 30, like Troy Clark and Corey Ballard. You know, those guys did.
Mhm.
Because it's significantly harder juggling it all: a spouse, a wife, kids, a house, sports, kids' sports. You know, kids out.
Emmy's 2, and she's in more sports than that's
Did you
our
see that
doing.
reel I sent you, by the way, this morning?
No,
No, about kids' sports, how it's ruining families.
no.
No, it's really, really good. I have a whole other philosophy on that.
She's only doing 2 things. She does soccer and she does gymnastics.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And they're not serious.
But music is also in there. And then
Sometimes, not in the summer.
I'll show you the reel later. It is an interesting conversation as we navigate parenthood and adults and children and stuff like that. But basically, the reel was like, dude, your 6-year-old and 9-year-old have like so much pressure on them in kids sports these days. Like, and all it does is stress out the whole family. She goes, we have practice 4 days a week, games 2 days a week. We're literally 7 days a week with sports.
Let alone financially, sports are expensive.
Well, that's what you said. Financial investment to it, blah, 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 blah. It's like, it's a lot. I've always heard a lot of successful people say like one kid, one sport, that's what we cap it. And they can't run in tandem or something like that, you know?
I want them to do one thing, music, and one sport. I don't care what it is, but.
Well, we'll talk more about all that. It's an interesting, maybe Jeremiah and Savannah can talk about it on Marriage Monday. So it's an interesting perspective. It's not changing anything right now what we're doing. Whole other conversation for a whole other time. But it's just like, as life gets busier, or gets bigger, and like life gets older, whatever you want to call it, we get older, like it doesn't seem to be getting any less busy. And I don't like that. And I want to like make sure that we still have a life by design, that none of this stuff is getting away from us. You know, so I just want to be very intentional after the house is done. Oh, hey, we get 20 hours a week back. What are we going to do? Well, I don't want to just fill it with obligations, right? Like I want to grow our company, and growing it, yes, make more money, but of course, as Dan Martell says, like grow it to buy back more of our time, right? Like that's my focus. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So anyway, anything else you want to add on today's podcast? I thought it was a fun conversation.
No.
I said, hey, we got a 50-minute drive to Sterling Heights, Michigan. You want to do a roadshow podcast? I always love getting you on.
We should do one on the way home.
We could do another one on the way on. I love that. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. That's what Brian always says. I'm like, hey, let's do a podcast. He's like, what are we talking about? Like, I have no idea.
Well,
Just here for a good time.
I want to help and always add value. And of course, there's topics that like frustrate me or get me excited, you know, just of the day. But when I get you on, I don't ever want to put anything on you. I just enjoy your presence in person in real life, and you're a quality time person, and I just love spending time with you. But I really value like what you have to say and who you are, and you bring a lot to the table, like no doubt about it, you know? So it's like, I love hearing where you're coming from and what you're excited about.
Are you sucking up?
No. No, if I was sucking up, I'd probably buy you flowers or a half dozen Boston cream donuts or something like that. The way to your heart through your belly is like a guy. I'd buy you sushi if I was sucking up. You know what I'm saying? Sushi and flowers. So anyway, that's all I got on today's podcast episode. Thanks so much for listening. I don't even know if anybody's still with us. We're talking to ourselves in the car with microphones in hand like clowns. But if you guys didn't get your tickets to Equip Expo, get those. Timely topic. LEL for sure. Can't wait to have you guys there. Thank you guys so much for trusting in us to deliver an awesome event. I've already been texting a lot of the speakers too, talking about topics, so that's cool. And we're really going to have this thing locked in by fall. I cannot wait. So
yeah, I think we only have one mastermind session.
There's a few tickets left for Jeff.
That's it.
But when those are gone, literally there's gone.
Yeah.
No sneak-ins, no extras, sorry. So anyway, check it all out, launchpreneuracademy.com. Oh, Link membership. Guys, can't wait to hang out with all of you guys tonight. Link is growing. We had a bunch of new people. We grew month over month. So shout out to Link's success. It's our private Facebook group and community. A lot of conversations going on in there. So if you guys are looking to plug into something, check that out. One of the other obligatory things we always talk about are sponsors. LMN had a couple more guys reach out. They're doing consults with LMN. One guy was coming over from Synced Up. He liked the Crew app with LMN.
Oh, cool.
And I showed him a screen record of my Crew app for our guys and our routes. He's like, dude, this is incredible. And also it's in Spanish. So his a couple of his guys on his team can utilize the LMN Crew app, which is their new LMN time and just routing and Crew app that they came out with in January. They announced it and launched it. It's huge. It's awesome. It's great. We've never known anything otherwise, so I don't really have anything to compare it to.
Yeah.
Versus not using anything.
Something's better than nothing.
You know, versus like a route sheet with an Excel file or
a notes app.
Yeah, you know, quick dispatch with the guys from Yardbook, which was still fine. But I'm really pumped to utilize it with snow. I was talking to a guy, Jimmy, at SIMA, and he was talking about how it's just transformed. Yeah, I got you. How it's transformed their snow business. And that's what I'm most excited about. Looking how we're routing all that. Had an 1.5 hour LMN onboarding session with all of our pricing and our templates and all this stuff to bid out our snow. And then next week, Monday, I've got another 1.5 hours to actually start pricing and bidding with LMN. So I'm just super pumped about that. Super impressed. I know a lot of you guys are tired about hearing the LMN pitch. I get it. But I'll just tell you, like, at the end of the day, it is transforming our company. And literally, if you guys are doing anything, you know, north of $250,000, $500,000, 100% give it a solid look. It's transforming the way we do business, and I couldn't be more thankful as we go. So anyway, We're pulling into, what is this? Ray's Lighting and Electric. Shout out to those guys. Sterling Heights, Michigan. Hey, you know what they have down the road here?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Portillo's.
Portillo's.
Oh my God. If you guys are in Chicago, you
You
probably
look
close your
like the
eyes.
4th of July. Makes me want a hot dog real bad.
What?
Nothing.
What the heck are you talking about? If you guys live in Chicagoland, you guys probably eat Portillo's. It's like McDonald's. It's that normal or whatever, or frequent. For us, we don't have a Portillo's anywhere around us. So anytime we come over to the east side, we're gonna have Portillo's hot dogs, dude. Their hot dogs are freaking amazing, and their chicken tenders, second to none. And you know what they have?
Cheese fries.
Cheese fries and cheese there, bro.
So good. It's so good.
Can't wait to
It's
go
so
on our
good.
cruise for 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, once you get in the trades. So, all right, guys, over and out. Love you guys. Appreciate you listening in. Check out that YouTube video we did, by the way, if you guys want to learn more about salt and where we're coming from. And we'll catch up with you guys here on the next one.
Bye.
Before you turn off the podcast, there are 2 things that we believe you will be highly interested in. First, if you're looking to stay up to date with the latest trends and insights in the world of lawn care, then you'll want to subscribe to our free email newsletter. It shows up in your inbox 3 times a week and includes a Monday motivational to kick off your week, a Wednesday what's new to keep you informed, and a Friday weekly recap of all the content we put out. The second thing is we have just launched Lawntrepreneur Academy Link. Now you can be a part of an exclusive community that links you to those who can help you grow in your lawn care business. Joining Lawntrepreneur Link will give you the tools that you need to stay accountable, get real-time expert advice, and find belonging in a community of folks who are passionate about the lawn care industry just like you. Visit LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com to learn how Link membership gives you unique access to monthly hangouts, bidding hour calls, coaching calls, expert lessons, and more. Stay ahead of the curve and level up your business with a membership to the Lawntrepreneur Academy Link. Find an easy-to-use link in the podcast description.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.